Discuss about evolution of entrepreneurship concept, meaning or definition of entrepreneur given by various management experts. We'll also discuss about why should you become an entrepreneur, what are the functions of an entrepreneur, and what are the necessary characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. Evolution of entrepreneurship concept. The word entrepreneur is derived from French word entreprendre, which was used to designate an organizer of musical or other entertainments. Later in the 16th century, it was used for army leaders. It was extended to cover civil engineering activities such as constructions in the 17th century, but it was Richard Cantillon, an Irishman living in France, who first used the term entrepreneur to refer to economic activities. According to Cantillon, an entrepreneur is a person who buys factor services at certain prices with a view to selling its products at uncertain prices. An entrepreneur is an economic agent who plays an important role in the economic development of a country. He possesses required knowledge, skills, initiative, drive, and spirit of innovation and aims to achieve goals. He identifies opportunities and grabs them for the economic benefits. Entrepreneurship is a trait possessed by an entrepreneur. The spirit of an enterprise makes a person an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur thus is an innovator who carries out new combinations in ever-changing environment to initiate and accelerate the process of economics, social and technological development. According to Peter F. Drucker, an entrepreneur is a one who always searches for changes, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. Entrepreneur is a one who innovates and introduces something new into the economy. He shifts resources out of an area of lower and into an area of productivity and greater need. He plays a critical role in the economic development of the country and he is also an integral part of economic transformation. Entrepreneur is an agent who buys four factors like men, money, machines, and materials of production at certain prices in order to combine them into useful products with a view of selling it at uncertain prices in the future. According to Joseph, an entrepreneur in an advanced economy is an individual who introduces something new into the economy, a method of production not yet tested by experience in the branch of manufacture concern, a product with which consumers are not yet familiar, or a source of raw materials or a new market. Accordingly to him, entrepreneur functions are introduction of new product, introduction of new methods of production, development of new markets, and finding fresh sources of raw materials and making changes. Why should you become an entrepreneur? Being an entrepreneur has its own charms. The most exciting part of entrepreneurship is that you are your own master. When you are an employee, you work for others according to their plans, whims, and finances. In an entrepreneurship, it is you who will be setting the goals, planning the actions, and reaping the satisfaction and rewards of having achieved the goal. The first reason for you to be an entrepreneur is you will be your own boss and boss to other people and make decisions that are crucial to the business success or failure. You will be making money for yourself rather than for someone else. You will be putting forth your ideas into practice. You may participate in every aspect of running a business and learn and gain experience in various disciplines. You'll be having a chance to work directly with your customers. You'll have personal satisfaction of creating and running a successful business. You'll be able to work in a field of area that you really enjoy. Functions of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur performs all the necessary functions that are essential from the point of establishing and developing the enterprise. The various functions that are performed by the entrepreneur are: the first one is planning. Planning, like any other activity, is a first step of entrepreneur. He prepares his plan of proposed project or business in a very systematic way. Planning involves studying various ideas which are collected from various sources, scanning them and selecting the best idea, selection of product line and location of plant, deciding the type of business organization, preparation of budget and identifying the capital sources or creditors, studying the government rules, regulations and policies that are applicable to the enterprise, study and selection of appropriate workforce that is required for his enterprise, and studying and selection of market strategies. The next function is organizing or organization. An entrepreneur coordinates and supervises the various tasks of organizing for optimal utilization of resources. Decision making is the next function. Decision making. He has to take effective decisions with regard to business objectives of the enterprise, arrangement of resources and facilities like men, material, machines, money, methods, technology, etc., development of a market for the product, and maintain good relationship with others. The fourth function is management. It refers to managing of day-to-day problems. These include future expansion and policies in the long run. Innovation. The entrepreneur should be innovative in launching of new product. He should introduce new technology in the production line, creation of new market, and recognizing new or better source of raw material. Risk bearing. Entrepreneurs should take responsibility of risk due to unforeseen or uncertain situation. Distribution of rewards. Entrepreneur pays the reward in the form of rent, wages, and interest and bears the risk of profit or loss for himself. Diversification of production. Product diversification is a practice of expanding the original market for a product. This strategy is used to increase the sales associated with an existing product line, which is especially useful for a business that has been experiencing stagnant or declining sales. Expansion of enterprise. A business strategy in which growth is obtained by increasing the number of stores in which customers can buy a company's products and services. Unlike relocation, business expansion entails opening up new stores in different physical locations while still maintaining the current business locations. Maintaining cordial employer-employee relations. When employee-employer relationship is strong and healthy, then the entire company benefits. Employees who have mutually respectful relationships with their employers are more likely to be happy, loyal, and productive in the long run. Employer-employee relation refers to the relationship shared among the employees in an organization. It is an art which effectively monitors and manages the relation between individuals, either of the same team or different teams. The employees must be comfortable with each other for a healthy environment at work. It is a prime duty of the superiors and team leaders to discourage conflicts in the team and encourage a healthy relationship amongst employees. Healthy employee relation has a close connect with improving productivity and reducing employee turnover. Resolving labor problems. Labor problems are an inevitable part of the employment relationship. The objective of public policy is to manage conflict and promote sound labor relations by creating a system for the effective prevention and settlement of labor disputes. Coordination with external agencies. External coordination is all about establishing a relationship between employees of the organization and people outside it. These relationships are established with a view to having a better understanding of outsiders like market agencies, public, competitors, customers, government agencies, financial institutions, etc. Usually, organizations entrust a public relations officer, that is PRO, with the responsibility of establishing cordial relationships between the employees of the organization and outsiders. Management of scarce resources. Scarcity refers to the basic economic problem, the gap between limited scarce resources and theoretically limitless wants. This situation requires people to make decisions about how to allocate resources efficiently in order to satisfy basic needs and as many additional wants as possible. A continued increase in production depends crucially on the availability of inputs that are becoming increasingly scarce, like land, water, and also other essential materials. Management of such inputs is critical and present difficult challenges at multiple scales, like locally, regionally, and often internationally. Appropriate technologies and management techniques must be identified to effectively and efficiently use the scarce resources. Dealing with public. When dealing with public, this will show the customer that you care about their case and it will go a long way in easing some of their stress. When dealing with the public, we also need to try to empathize with the customer. Try to show them that the company cares about them and the company is not out to get them. Production of new products. The product development process typically consists of several activities that firms employ in the complex process of delivering new products to the market. Every new product will pass through a series of stages or phases, including ideation, among other aspects of design, as well as manufacturing and market introduction. Parallel opportunities. Entrepreneurs should be keen enough to identify and grab the opportunity to make use of the first mover advantage. A first mover is a service or product that gains a competitive edge by being the first to the market with a product or service. Being first typically enables a company to establish strong brand recognition and customer loyalty before competitors enter the arena. Marketing. The action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. Management of good relations with customers and suppliers. This is the last function of the entrepreneur. The positive customer supplier relationship begins with the initiative of the supplier to demonstrate his sensitivity to the customer's need. A customer always watches for the conditions of his business deal with the supplier and likes to be honest with them to have a smooth flow of business.
Characteristics of an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who pursues business opportunities and promptly seizes them for exploitation. Entrepreneur needs to possess competencies to perform entrepreneurial activities. Here are some core competencies or characteristics. The first one is initiative. Entrepreneur does things before asked for or forced by events and acts to extend the business to new areas, products, or services. Perceiving opportunities. Entrepreneur identifies or discovers business opportunities and mobilizes necessary resources to make good use of an opportunity. So, action in pursuit of pursued, discovered, or created opportunity is entrepreneurial action and may be successful or unsuccessful. Persistence. Persistence, the fact of continuing in an opinion or course of action in spite of facing difficulty or opposition from others. The entrepreneur takes repeated or different action to overcome obstacles. Information gathering. Entrepreneur consults experts for business and technical advice. He seeks information of client or suppliers' needs. He personally undertakes market research and makes use of personal contacts or information networks to obtain useful information. Concern for quality work. Entrepreneur states desire to produce or sell better quality products or services. He compares his performance favorably with that of others. Commitment to contractual obligations. Entrepreneur makes a personal sacrifice or extraordinary effort to complete a job that he has taken up. He accepts full responsibility in completing a job contract on schedule. He pitches in with his workers or works in their place to get the job done and shows utmost concern to satisfy the customers. Efficiency orientation. Entrepreneur finds ways and means of doing things faster, better, efficiently, and economically. Planning. Entrepreneur plans well. He is a good planner. He arranges interrelated jobs and they are synchronized according to his plan. Problem solving. Entrepreneur conceives new ideas and finds innovative solutions for them. Self-confident. Entrepreneur makes decisions on his own and sticks to it in spite of initial setbacks. Expertise. Entrepreneur possesses technical expertise in areas of business, finance, marketing, etc. Self-critical. The entrepreneur is aware of personal limitations but tries to improve upon them by learning from his past mistakes or experience of others and is never complacent with success. Persuasion. Entrepreneur persuades customers and financiers to support his business. Use of strategies. Use of influence strategies. Develops business contacts, retains influential people as agents, and restricts dissemination of information in his position. Assertiveness. Entrepreneur instructs or reprimands or disciplines for failing to perform. Monitoring. Entrepreneur develops a reporting system to ensure that work is completed and and quality norms are being maintained. Credibility. Entrepreneur demonstrates honesty in dealing with employees, customers, suppliers, even if it means a loss of business. Concern for employee welfare. Entrepreneur expresses concern for employees by responding promptly to their grievances. He does anything for the comfort and improvement of his employees, and this is provided over and above the wages. This helps in keeping the morale and motivation of the employees high so as to retain the employees for longer duration. Impersonal relationship. Entrepreneur places long-term goodwill over short-term gain in a business relationship. Expansion of capital base. He reinvests a greater portion of profits to expand his business. Building product image. Entrepreneur is more concerned about the image of his products among the consumers and does everything that is possible to establish a niche for his products in the market.
Before we conclude, we'll have a quick recap. In this video lecture, we have discussed about the evolution of entrepreneurship concept, meaning or definition of entrepreneur. We also discussed about why should an individual become an entrepreneur and what are the functions of an entrepreneur and what are the necessary characteristics of a successful entrepreneur.